When the tech bubble burst in March of 2000, it wiped out an entire 3 years of prior equity returns very quickly. And there's no shortage of headlines that suggest that we're in the midst of a tech bubble today. And we know all bubbles eventually burst. If the tech bubble does burst, are you prepared? Is your portfolio prepared? Look, I'm not saying that we're in the midst of a tech bubble. I'm not saying that the bubble's going to burst or when. Technology companies today are very different than the kind of technology companies that were leading the charge back in the late 1990s. However, I am suggesting it's a very real possibility. And if the tech bubble bursts, what will be the impact? Well, we asked ChatGPT, if the tech bubble bursts, what will be the impact? ChatGPT said, well, the market doesn't die, it reprices. I guess that's computer speak for saying the market's going to go down. And in fact, when the tech bubble burst in 2000, it wiped out 40% of equity returns over the subsequent years. So it's quite dramatic. We can't predict what's going to happen or when it's going to happen. However, the current frothiness in the market is certainly an indication that there is a possibility of a significant market repricing. And if that happens, hey, as a long-term investor, it's fine. If you're not going to sell when market prices decline, then there won't be harm to your long-term wealth. However, many people do sell at a bad time. It's the number one mistake in investing, selling good quality assets at a bad time. And if you do sell good quality assets at a bad time, it can have a harmful impact on your long-term wealth, your ability to retire in the lifestyle you would like, your ability to afford those long-term healthcare costs, which we know are going to be high. So how do you prepare yourself? How do you prepare your thinking? How do you prepare your portfolio? The simple answer is be prepared. And what does be prepared look like? We walk all of our clients through a 5-point financial resilience checklist. What is that checklist? Number one, just a discussion around what you'll do, what will happen if the tech bubble bursts. Having a plan in advance, having talked it through, reduces the stress at the time it happens, and that reducing the stress means you're less likely to make a mistake. So just have a discussion. Number two, make sure this is a really important time to have that buffer, not just a traditional buffer. We always talk about having 2 or 3 years worth of money on the sidelines to support your lifestyle expenses. Over and above that now, though, I'm suggesting it's an important time to have some extra money on the sidelines in case someone you really care about, your children, relative, some friends, maybe they need some financial support. We don't want to be dipping into your buffer, personal buffer funds, and we certainly don't want to be selling good quality assets at a bad time. So have an extra buffer set aside just in case some others need some help. Number three, what will happen to your portfolio in a market decline? We have a portfolio analyzer that can stress test how much would your portfolio go down given certain decreases in the market. Important to understand that, because if your portfolio goes down more than you're comfortable with, you may fall victim to selling at a bad time. Number four, diversify. During 2022, bonds and stocks went down at the same time. During COVID, almost every asset went down at the same time. The same as 08-09 in the global financial crisis. At times of crisis, these days, most assets decline, but not all. Therefore, it's important to diversify, including diversifying into alternative investments. That's a topic that I've been pounding the table about over our last number of discussions, adding alternative investments to your portfolio. And number five, have some money available, have some savings available to act opportunistically. When the feathers hit the fan, it's a great opportunity to buy quality assets at cheap prices. And we know for a fact that if you can buy quality assets on fire sale prices, that's going to help your long-term wealth over time. So it's all about being prepared. Our 5-point resiliency checklist is about being prepared. Look, if you're watching this discussion today, no doubt you're quite capable of doing this yourself, but you don't have to. You don't have to do it alone. Research has proven that teamwork produces better results. We can be there to help. Schedule a 20-minute call. We'll walk through the 5-point financial resiliency checklist with you. And at the end of that call, you'll have more confidence that you're ready for whatever the market happens to deliver.